So a while back, I put up 2 suggestions for shaker boxes to go, shaker pages, whatever, to go in the December part of my journal, and it was kind of an equal vote, but I ended up going with the other one, as you saw. But I still wanted to get this one in here because so many people voted for it, and I just thought it would be fun, and I wanted to see how it would turn out myself. So we're going to do, for day 30 of December, a shaker page, but it won't be like the other one. The other one you could see all the way through to the next page. That's not how this one's going to be. This one's going to be more like a shaker box, like the cards you see out there, the shaker cards and stuff. So that way it's just an element on the page instead of all of the other stuff. So what my plan is to basically just make a box. I have, this is my background page. These are all Simple Stories Holly Jolly collection. And what I want to do is I want to cut a frame into this one so that it sets like this. And then inside you're going to see the background page through the shaker. And that's the general idea of my plan. So what I want to do first is I want to cut a frame, and I'm too lazy to dig out my silhouette to cut the frame, which I should, because this is probably not going to end up straight, but that's okay, right? It's all for fun. But yeah, so this can't go bad. I am so glad that December's almost over. Are y'all so glad that December's almost over? I mean, I didn't have a bad December. I'm just really tired of December. And so I'm kind of ready to be done. So I'm going to do the frame about a 1/2 inch from the side. That way I don't have to cut my foam down too much. I already sliced it to try to make it a little smaller, but I figured, whoa, somebody's got squeaky brakes. A 1/2 inch would be a nice fat border.
It's 1:30.
And I forgot to mute that. I did good in the last one, but then I forgot. Must be the garbage truck. I'm off an entire day. I'm off an entire day. Oh, no, hey, don't move. See, I told you I couldn't do it straight if I wanted to, but technically it moved, not me, so it's not my fault, right? Hold on. I can't talk and cut. All right, so there's the, there's the frame. And we can move, wait, I need the frame. We can move the cutting mat out of the way. I love my wall. Now I can put stuff away as I go, which is nice because even though I have a ginormous table, it's like 4 foot by 5 foot where I can work. 4 by 4 maybe. But I'm a clutter bug and it just fills up, gets more and more stuff. All right, so let's score tape first, or scrappy tape. I'm almost out of my scrappy tape. I've had this for years. When they first came out with scrappy tape, they were trying to get people to use it, so they had it for 99 cents a roll. I think I bought $100 worth. That's been, I don't know, God, 10 years ago. I don't know when it came out. And I'm just now getting to the bottom of that roll, or that order. And I still to this day regret not ordering even more, because it's wonderful tape and I use it for a lot of stuff, and now it's $2.99 a roll. So, but when I run out, I will probably order more, because it's great stuff. But it's like red line tape without this red line, and it paper tears. I get it at scrapbookpal.com. I don't know. I think it's their brand tape. I don't know. It's been a long time since I ordered from them. So, but they do have lots of stuff, and they have good shipping. Like if all orders over $25, I think, are free shipping. Something craziness like that. So, yeah, I recommend. Oops, missed. Am I still recording? Yes. But, come on, talk to me. Yeah, today is, oh, I'm stuck. Today is the 30th, and I had planned this page out for a while, which is why I don't, in general, plan my pages, because I never know what's going to happen on an upcoming day, obviously. But I was trying to get my stuff put away, so I kind of planned this out. And then I ended up with a whole bunch of photos for today. So that figures, since I only have one half of my 2-page spread to put photos on. But it'll work out. It'll be fine. It is about Napa cabbage. I know, right? Exciting. But we are growing, I've got 3 heads of Napa cabbage growing. I did this bigger so that I could just cut off the extra instead of trying to fit it. And well, for the stir fry that I made out of it, I decided, well, I made stir fry, and I decided that I would use some of the Napa, the baby, it's young, it's only a month old, they're only a month old, the young leaves off of the Napa cabbage, which usually, because in America, we waste a shit ton of food. And so normally these leaves, nobody ever sees this stuff because it gets thrown away, because we throw out tons of food, edible food, every day, because it won't fit on the supermarket shelves the way the supermarkets want it to fit, and therefore the farmers are required to grow food that fits or trim it so that it will fit. And so the Napa cabbage that you see on your grocery shelves is usually a light color, with really soft leaves at the top, you know, with a more firm stem. That is not what a Napa cabbage looks like when it's growing out of the ground. They are big, and they have huge outer leaves that are edible and really good. But we throw all that out because it won't fit on the supermarket shelves. The other reason we throw it out is that people don't want to fuss with their food. Well, I learned by growing my own Napa cabbage this year that it has prickles really bad. And so they go away when you cook it. But until they're cooked, you almost have to handle them with gloves because they have prickles and stickers. But it was really interesting when I went down to get them out of the off the grow shelf, because they are stickery. which, you know, I get that that's definitely not going to sell. But, you know, it's a shame if you look it up on the internet on how it's growing in the fields, you see that they literally just peel all the outside leaves off and throw the rest away. They either probably use it for animal feed, or they just leave it in the field and till it under. So, but yeah, so it was really funny to see it. Not funny, but we've learned so much about what our food looks like since we've started growing it ourselves. There are so many foods that we get in the grocery store that are completely different by the time they make it to the grocery store. They don't look anything like what they look like in the field. And, you know, every day I read, you see, you know, the food bank pops up looking for food, or whatever the organization is trying to feed the homeless or the hungry or the teens or whatever. And you never see them feeding them. Well, and I get it, because by the time we get it, it's expensive, but really it cost me, I would say in the 3 plants that I have growing, I have a penny into the plant itself. And all that food that they could be eating, due to the pandemic, the potato farmers here in Montana had so much extra crops because the restaurants weren't buying, that they were literally taking semi-truck loads of potatoes to a local parking lot and dumping them. And you could come fill up a bag for free. And a lot of it went to waste, which is a shame. Because people are like, oh no, but potatoes are bad for you. Starvation's okay, but white potatoes are bad for you. But I was talking to a person the other day, and they were informing me that the reason that they don't go plant-based is because it's so expensive to go plant-based. And I thought it was really funny because I priced out a completely healthy meal from the Dollar Tree. It is literally a meal that would probably feed a couple of people for a week. You could get 25 plus cup servings out of it. And it would be 1 bag of beans, 1 bag of rice. And if you were splurging, you could buy a couple of bags of frozen vegetables and 2 jars of paste salsa. And I know what you're thinking. Well, that wouldn't be very good. You should try it. You would be surprised on how good it actually is. But here's the thing of it. This is a meal that does 25 servings or more, depending on you know what you get. And it costs $5. Yet you see these programs that are feeding these teens and all that stuff, feeding them ramen noodle soups and junk food and chips and all of this stuff. Why don't we teach them to cook and eat from the Dollar Tree? Well, that's not fair. That's torturous. Yes, because we really want at-risk teens to be overweight, sick, and eating junk food, right? Anyways, I just thought it was really interesting that people are always like how expensive it is. And it's like, it can be. Oh my gosh. You can go ape nuts, and there's lots of stuff to buy and purchase. But isn't that how it is always on everybody's? You know, when you're doing something, isn't it always expensive when it starts? And, you know, I don't know. Anyways, you get it. What I'm trying to decide is how I want these houses to be. I think I'm going to put the thick ones on the bottom, like this. And then I'll stack the other ones on top of it. So something like that. All right, so we're going to put them right there. Oops, maybe. Does this not have a sticker? Well, if it did, it came right off. Did it have a sticker? Nope, I don't know. Anyways, glue. But yeah, we throw away, you know, if the food doesn't look pretty, the grocery stores don't want it. And I know there's misfit boxes and stuff like that, but Montana doesn't get those. And you know, the funny part is it does taste exactly the same no matter what it looks like. But I always wonder why when we try to help people, I know a lot of it's because it's donated and it is cheap, you know, and that kind of stuff. So I get why we have the junk food and stuff. I just don't think that's helping people survive. Yes, it gives them a meal that will keep them full for about 15 minutes, but that doesn't really help them improve their lives, you know? And I think everybody should learn how to cook beans and rice. That's what I think. I think everybody should learn how to cook beans and rice, because if you cook beans and rice, oh, see, now I put it too low. No. Let's go right about there. If you can live on beans and rice, you can do it. But I guess my point is that from eating those beans and rice, these teenagers would learn how to feed themselves, and they could do it cheaply. You know, beans and rice keep in your pantry forever. And you can add, with the Dollar Tree adding, you know, a freezer section and all that, you can easily add vegetables and fruit for inexpensive amounts. But at the end of the day, vegetables and that kind of stuff is not what's expensive when you try to feed people. When you add the meat and the dairy in it, that's when it gets expensive. Beans and rice, grains, legumes, potatoes. 5 pounds of potatoes is $5. That's not expensive. And that's for the Yukon Gold fancy ones. You can buy an entire case of Bakers for like $10. But we don't teach anybody how to feed themselves anymore. We just, here's takeout, it packed in a box. Look, I can take pictures of it for the food bank website to show that we're doing something for people. And I just think, well, that's really nice, but it's short term. It's short term and it's expensive. It's not sustainable. That's why they're constantly asking for, you know, help. But if you teach somebody how to cook and how to eat, they can do it themselves pretty inexpensively. Okay, it's not going to be Doritos. I get it. But you're going to live. All right. Let's do some glitter. So, I'm going to do some blue. How about some iridescent hearts and stars? We're gonna fill this one up. Fill it up. And what else do we got? Oh, we got snowflakes. But yeah, that's what I would like to do. Is I would like to see us teaching our kids to feed themselves on $1. You know what I mean? But unfortunately, that's never going to happen as long as we believe that we have to have meat and dairy to survive. You don't understand. They need protein and they need calcium. Except for the problem is that the calcium that comes in milk is why our bones are getting depleted, not why they're getting stronger. Ask an 80-year-old with a hip that's been crushed because they've fallen. Why? I mean, they should have bones like oxes for as much milk as they're drinking. You know, the meat protein that you're eating takes, you know, it's acidic. And so, anyways, y'all didn't come here for a health lesson. The point was, back to the Napa cabbage, is that it was really cool to see what Napa cabbage really looked like, and that most people wouldn't recognize what Napa cabbage looked like in the field. because it doesn't look like Napa cabbage anymore. And then we throw all the outer leaves away, which, by the way, in the stir fry were freaking awesome. They were so sweet. It's such a sweet cabbage. Here's some silver star snowflakes. I've got so much stuff going on in here. This is going to be a monster. But that's the fun, right? And then we've got these little circle things because I thought that was fun. But yeah, so it was just really, I don't think I'm going to put any of those in. It was just really cool to see what Napa cabbage looked like. It just was really cool, I thought. We don't care about our food in this country anymore. I earned it. I want to be able, I worked hard today. I want to be able to pick it up on the way home. You worked hard so that you can enjoy the fruits of your labor, not so you could shorten your life and not enjoy them at the end. We have so many guys at work. All of the guys at work are Dale's age, 50s, 40s, 50s, 60s. Some are even older. They're not even making it to retirement. Last year, I think they lost 3 guys before they retired to heart attacks and stroke. I mean, you work your entire, hold on, I gotta stick my head in the thing. Your entire life so that you can go home at the end of your career and enjoy the fruits of your labor and you don't even make it. That's heartbreaking. Over food. What do you think? Fun, right? But yeah, so if I could do anything with that, I'd love to show people what food looks like before it's converted to grocery shelf food. You know? So I think I'm going to put, I have these 2 extra houses to go here and here. Oh, I like this so much. It's so cute. And then there's like the little houses in the back. Don't you love it when you think your own crap is cute? Yeah, I love that. But I don't think that everybody should grow their own food. That would be awesome. I really hoped that the Victory Gardens would come back because of the pandemic. That would have been freaking awesome. But like I said, I don't expect people to grow their food. What I expect them to do is educate yourself about your food that you're eating. I don't care what you eat. If you know where it was raised, how it was raised, how it was processed, who harvested it, who did all this stuff, whatever it is to do, then you're welcome to eat whatever you want. But if you're eating in ignorance because, well, I don't want to know the gory details, do you realize that you don't want to know the gory details of what you're eating or who's harvesting your food? Think about that. I've had more people tell, oh, well, I don't want to be vegan because I don't want to think about the animal slaughters. I just don't think about it. I'm not vegan, by the way. But here's the thing. You don't want to think about how your food is processed because it's offending and it's gross and it's, you get where I'm going. But you'll stop at McDonald's. Oh my gosh, you want to read an eye-opener? Oh, I watched this whole video on McDonald's potatoes. I love McDonald's French fries. Oh my gosh, all that oil, all that salt. Yes, crispy, yummy. But I had no idea how the potatoes were raised and what the farmers had to go through to make French fries. It's nuts. Nuts, you guys. The farmers can't even be in the field without hazmat suits with these potatoes because McDonald's demands a perfect size, shape, and quality inside of their potatoes. Well, it's not natural. You can't naturally get that. And then the potatoes have to sit for weeks so they can decontaminate enough to be sold and ate. That ruined it for me. It ruined it. Now I make my own potato fries. Oh, and you can eat all you want. I'm telling you, I'm gonna put a photo here of my air fried potatoes. You can drool. It'll be all right. Anyways, okay, so that's that. And I was gonna use this to go in the middle, but I don't like that now. I don't like that either. So now I gotta find something to go there. But I could just use Celebrate the Season and fussy cut that out. I like that. Let's do that. Where's my fussy cutters? But man, I bet you guys didn't expect a food lesson today, did you? But I often get asked, how do you stay on track? Well, first of all, it's not a diet, so it's really easy to stay on track. It's our life. But second of all, when you know where your food comes from and how it's processed and what's in it, and we have a game that we play when we go shopping, and you walk down the shopping aisle and you go, oh, look, it's heart disease. Oh, look, it's diabetes. Oh, look, it's cancer. Because that's what some of the food is. I mean, it's what it leads to. It's the #1 contributor to all of these chronic illnesses. And so you're walking down the thing, and it quickly, as soon as you're like, oh, Doritos, and then you read it and it's got milk in it, you're like, oh, great, diabetes, cancer, heart disease. You know, at the very most, it's diabetes and cancer, and it leaches your bones and all this stuff. So it makes it really simple, and after a while it's just a habit. You're like, ooh, no, no, no. If you ever want to have a hilariously funny lecture to watch on it, that's not gory, it's not preachy, it's just fun. He's hilarious, and I mean, it's not fun, it's kind of horrifying to see how simple it is. But watch on YouTube How Not to Die by Dr. Michael Greger, and you're welcome. Because it's excellent. It's about an hour and a half. I promise you can make it through it. I always say it's the video to have the guys watch, because it's something that will hold their attention. Because you know how guys are. There, yeah, I like that. Celebrate the season. Looks like New Year's, right? That's fun. But anyways, it's an excellent lecture, and I know I said the word lecture and now everybody just shut down, but it's worth the watch. I know. I can't help it. This is my life. This is what I do. All right, where is my book? I got this done. Now where's the book? Hold on. I had one lady tell me, she goes, oh, I'd love to do that, but I have diabetes and I can't eat fruit. Oh, poor lady. I said, you can eat all the fruit you want. No, I can't. I have diabetes. You can eat all the fruit you want. She's like, but that's what they tell you. Sugars from fruit are bad. Coffee with sugar in it's totally fine, but sugar from fruit is bad. Your body does not process fructose the same way if it comes in a fruit. It's not instant. There's this magical quality called fiber. And anyways, you can eat fruit if you have diabetes. I'm telling you, you can. And find Dr. Neil Barnard's video on diabetes, and I'll leave it linked below if I remember. And get your life back. Yep, no more taking insulin. Now, that's for type 2 diabetes, not type 1. Okay, I should have glued the, hold on. I have one bead stuck. It's stuck. It's probably going to be a pain in the ass. I mean, it's really stuck. Can I get it out? Oh, almost. There it goes. Yay! Oh, God, I wish I could sneak in there and stick glue on that. Okay, well, we're going to put it on this side because it's not going to go on the other side. But, yeah. You want to know a funny story about that? The lady came back. She actually went to prove me wrong about the fruit thing. And the lady came back about a month later. She'd watched the video. She'd read his website. And there's lots of doctors. He just happens to have some of the easiest to understand information about it. And so that's why I like to recommend him. But there's lots and lots. And she went whole food plant-based, and within a week was off of her insulin. She'd been on insulin for 10 years. I was so happy for her. Now, it's not standard that everybody will get off that quick. Everybody's different. But I know an awful lot of people that are off it that quick. But she was smart, and she told her doctor what she was doing. She said her doctor was like, you know, it ain't gonna work. And she's like, well, I'm gonna give it a try. And so she was under supervision, and it was awesome. I was just so happy for her, and I just wanted to shout her story from the hill, you know, whatever, but you know what I mean. But, and can you imagine being on insulin, taking insulin for that long, having to test your blood all the time, all because of the food that you ate? And then to know that if you just changed that food, you no longer had to do that anymore. We also have a friend that has diabetes, and he's losing body parts to the disease, but won't try plant-based eating. Man, I don't know. I think I'd rather keep my feet. I know it's weird, but I like my feet, and I like to walk unimpeded and stuff, and yeah. But look, I'm not gonna be able to close the book, but I got it in there. Whew.
It's 2 o'clock.
My last page is gonna suck getting it in there. Oh my gosh. Anyways, long story long, that's what the Napa cabbage said to me when I was harvesting it for dinner. Okay, I'm not going to use that one because you can't see the prickles. That one you can see the prickles, and that one you can see the prickles. So we'll do those two. And then I made a stir fry out of it. I don't know if it'll show up, but oh, we pigged. Stir fry, yes, with rice. Yes. Tasted just like, well, that's not true. It didn't taste just like the ones we get in the grocery store, or in the grocery store at the Chinese place. You want to know why it didn't taste like that? Because it was really good, and we got to have big servings of it, and it probably cost $8 for all of us to eat it. Yum. And no, it wasn't cheap because we grew the Napa cabbage. There was only like 8 leaves of that in there. It was cheap because we cooked it and we made it ourselves. And wait, upside down. All right, so I could have put, where did the snow globe go? Here. I could put that there. That'd be a little bit of a decoration. Where's my, I have this little border. Like that. No, I think I'll go down like that. That kind of pulls it across, right? That's ghetto style for you. But yeah, so there's a lot of, it's pretty exciting when you can get somebody to try it and they come back months and weeks. I've had people come back years later. Oh, we're still doing it. I finally got my husband to do it. Or we saw your picture of this food and even my meat-eating children eat it or whatever and love it. And I'm like, gosh, one meal at a time, guys. One meal at a time. So that's pretty cool. And but yeah, it was really neat to be able to harvest the Napa cabbage and learn something. We've learned so much about food. It's just crazy that you just don't know. I just didn't know what it looked like. I had no idea what it looked like. I thought Napa cabbage blinked out like it did, you know? Nope. Nope, nope. It's really dark green. And then just the very core is that light color, because of course it doesn't see sunlight until they harvest it. So yeah, so it's kind of neat. All right, so I like that. So we're gonna put our little snow dude down here. Maybe. Just like that. And I'm going to cut the bottom off. And then the other picture I'm going to put in here is one you guys saw in the last video. My pictures don't always end up on the day that they end up. So, actually the last video went up on today. So, they're all kafunkled, but it works. All right, so let's cut that. And that. I like it. Why am I using those? They're terrible. It'll work. Okay, so now I also got to get the date on here. Maybe we'll, hold on. Let's wait on this picture. Come on. I thought about putting the date here. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that because then I'll have plenty of room to write. So, where's my clippies? Stay down. But I know it sounds like I get all preachy, but actually I get so excited. But I would like to say I will veer off from talking about that anymore, but honestly, it is my life, and so that's the way that goes. I mean, it's hard to talk about food and not talk about it. It's hard to talk about growing stuff and not talk about it. I need a ruler or a flat thing because, yes. Ooh, I cut it out of this tin foily type paper, and that was a mistake. because the tape is really sticky, but the paper is really flimsy. Oh well. I mean, there's other things to talk about that are just as exciting, you know, like laundry and cats. It's a 4-day work week, so that'll be nice. And then we're having our Mary's Mini. Taters. Oh gosh, I love taters. All these years I was told, white potatoes are bad for you. White potatoes are why you're fat. White potatoes are evil. No, it's what you do with the white potatoes. They don't tell you because you turn it into a potato chip. I've lost 100+ pounds just eating taters. Lots and lots of taters. We always have 5 pounds, easily 5 pounds or more, which is a big bag from Sam's Club or Costco. At all times steamed in the, well, I didn't, that's just all, oh well, that's where it's going. In the refrigerator at all times, because we put potatoes in everything. All right, you guys, I'm gonna go do my journaling, and that is day 30, and I will be back in just a minute because day 31 is gonna be a really short part of this, even though this has been really long, but I'm putting them together, so you don't have to watch. You can fast forward. You don't have to watch it all, but yeah. But then that's it. That's the last, the last day. See, the last day. Y'all have a wonderful day. I will see you in about 3 seconds. I'll be back.